questions from Lulu and anybody else that want to ask me questions. Psychic story time. So, what was your next question, Lulu, that you might
So
have?
what can you remember from like when you were a little baby?
From when I was in the crib.
Mm-hmm.
That memory, it was kind of like a short picture. I remember being in a crib, and then let me tell you this: a lot of stuff that I do get, especially when I do readings and stuff like that, it's like I have to say stuff and get it off my chest, and it's like, now I can forget about it and just move on. That was like with me being a baby and me telling my mom a few times about my first memory being a baby, and I was able to tell my kids, but I kind of forget it. But I do remember it being vivid, far as in the crib, and now that I'm going back to it, I remember being in the crib, and the crib was like it was white or beige or yellowish or something like that. And I remember that I couldn't stand my damn mom. I didn't like her, but she was so comforting, and I didn't know why she was so goddamn comforting. And my mom said that she always felt like I hated her, and she said I screamed all the damn time, like she couldn't do shit, and she just used to feel awful as a parent. But I do remember not liking her. I do remember not liking her, and but something about her holding me was like so comforting. And I told her that. She was like, I never really could get you quiet and this and that, that and this. And I was like, but just something about you, you comfort me. And I remember my dad, my real dad, picking me up. No, I don't remember him picking me up. I kind of remember him like looking over in the crib like, you okay? You all right, T? You all right? And my mom said that was because he was scared to hold me. He didn't like, holding babies. He thought he would drop me or something like that. But I remember things like that. I remember not really so much like looking around the room and stuff. It just felt like it wasn't really familiar, but it felt familiar at the same time. I remember not knowing how to talk, and that was frustrating. That it felt like emotions. It felt like a lot of emotions. And that's what my psychic readings feel like to me too. A lot of it feels like emotions. Just psychic readings.
What's your next memory of like after you were a baby and everything like that? What's your like first coherent memory that you can remember?
After that, I would say when I think I had to be about 3 or 4. About 3 or 4, because my brother's 2 years younger than me, and he was still like a baby. He was like 1 or something like that. He wasn't talking yet. I'm trying to think if he was walking. He had to be walking. So I think I was had to be again, yeah, somewhere around 3 or 4, and my stepdad had just started in the military, started at his first base. Like I literally remember the first base. I remember a lot was happening at that age. I remember what the house looked like that we lived in. I remember the layout of the house. I remember the furniture, what it looked like. I remember not wanting to go to sleep at night because I slept in the bed with my brothers. I slept with my oldest brother, slept on the outside, then my youngest brother in the middle, and then I slept against the wall. And I remember sleeping against the wall, and I hate it because every time I closed my eyes, I would see like outer space. And you know how you see outer space and those what are those astros, those big rocks?
Yes, asteroids.
Those would be coming at me. They would be coming at me. I would see them break up. And they would form pictures and stuff. I would have like aliens come visit me and stuff like that and try to talk to me and try to get me to go with them. And I would just, tell them no and stuff like this. And I didn't even know that they were aliens, but one of them told me that they were alien because I asked them, and I think they said alien or something like that. That's how I knew it was an alien, and they called it an alien and stuff. And I remember it being gray. Of course, now that I'm older, I'm learning about the grays and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I remember that. I remember because we were only there for like blah, blah, blah. I want to say that was Oklahoma. I believe we was there for like 3 years, 2 or 3 years, because East Base we were there for like 3 years. So I remember in that house we used to go to the babysitter, and she was down the street. And my brother, oldest brother, get out of school. He would walk and pick us up from the babysitter, and he would carry like the food that my mom made for me and my younger brother at the babysitter. And at the babysitter's house, I remember train tracks. I remember where the other babysitter's house was. I remember a school there. I remember it being gated in. I remember there used to be apartments on the left side of the babysitter's house where her house sat on a main street. But there was apartments there that was shaped like an L. And they used to always get burnt down. And I remember thinking and feeling like they were haunted. Even though I didn't know what haunted was for the most part. I just knew they were really scary. And you know, me and other kids used to play around in there, and I remember what made me stop playing around in there, because when we would run around and play hide and seek and stuff, there used to be spirits running around there hiding with us and chasing the kids, chasing me, and I did not like their energy. I knew that energy was not good. I knew it was bad, you know, and I would see images, kind of like somebody in smoke or something like that. That shit was so damn scary. Look, girl, let me tell you, it was so damn scary. And it got to a point where the kids, other kids would kind of see it, just certain kids would see it and stuff, and they'd be like, I know, I saw it too, you know. And it got to a point where it was just getting so haunted in there, because those apartments used to keep getting burnt down a lot. I remember those apartments getting burnt down 2 or 3 times. And it finally got to a point where I told the kids, I am not playing in there anymore. Like, something is not right. Like, it just did not feel right in there. And my mom also validated that, and my dad, as I got older, when I explained to them the whole layout and what people look like, what, you know, all kinds of stuff. I would tell them things about the babysitter, her sons, and things like that. Stuff that I shouldn't have known or remembered as a kid and stuff. I was able to tell stuff. So that was about the next time that I remembered. And I still didn't know I was psychic, or that was a gift or anything like that I was, you know, I would see and feel. Mostly then it was more of a feeling. Mostly it was a feeling. Yeah, mostly a feeling.